Hi guys, welcome back. I'm Tiana, the maker behind Also Stitched, and today I would like to talk about Alize Velluto yarn and my experience with this yarn and also my inquiry about becoming distributor for it in Australia, so stay tuned. So my backstory with Alize Velluto yarn started in January back in Croatia. I was visiting my family and I just went into my local small yarn and fabric shop. It is actually a shop where I used to shop 15 years ago when I started my crochet journey. I was mostly buying cotton there and I was shocked to see Alize Velluto in such a small store. I've heard a lot about Alize Velluto from US YouTubers talking about that yarn, but I never had a chance to touch it or feel it or even see it in Australia because it is not available in Australia. So I was shocked to see it in Croatia. I'm not sure why I was so shocked because Alize Velluto is a Turkish yarn and Croatia is very close to Turkey, so it is a yarn that is available in Europe. So I just didn't expect it in my little yarn shop. So I bought a couple of skeins just to test it and see how it goes. These are my first skeins I got. They are half used, that's why they are falling apart. I also had a green one and the blue one, which I made my Stardew Valley chickens out of it. I will talk more about this yarn. I also accidentally bought fingering yarn without even reading or realizing what it is. It's in one of my boxes. I can't be bothered to pull it out of the boxes, and I'm not even sure if I'm gonna use that yarn. I tried to crochet anything with it, but you can't use hooks, you need to use fingers, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna use that yarn. It was silly me not reading what it was, so I just bought it and oh well. I'm gonna talk into details about this yarn, but first let's talk about availability of this yarn in Australia. Unfortunately, this yarn is not available in Australia. There are plenty of shops you can buy online and they will ship to Australia, but nothing is on the land of Australia. From the business perspective, I was very keen to become a distributor for this yarn in Australia. So I reached out directly to the Turkish manufacturer of Alize Velluto. I expressed my interest and submitted a formal inquiry for the minimum quantity order, prices, shipping and lead time, and I did get the response, and I'm just gonna read this to you because there is a lot of data I don't want to miss. When it comes to minimum export limit, it is a full container, so it is around 2,500 to 3,000 kilograms, so it is around 3 tons of yarn, which a full shipping container, that is huge, guys, that is huge. I'm gonna insert the picture of my packaging that arrived. That was 12 kilos and that box is bigger than my 10-kilo dog. How small she is compared to that box. That was huge, guys. That would actually be 250 boxes like this in that container weighing 3 tons. That's crazy. If that was 1/3, I will still be negotiating with them, but getting a full container, it wasn't possible for me. Next, they also said they were giving me some data about the colors, packagings and things like that, what I can order, what not. I'm just not gonna go fully into that. They asked for 50% deposit, which it wasn't an issue for me. I was looking into this from a business perspective and a business investment, and it is something that I could do and I would do, but the problem is space. I'm going to talk about after I finish their email response. So the lead time would be 3 to 4 weeks after receiving the deposit payment, and then on top of that they would include the transport cost to the final destination, or I can organize my own transport. We didn't come to the point of discussing the price because I declined this. I declined this offer because for me the biggest problem was full container. I was thinking if this was only 1/3 of what they expect me to order, for example 1,000 kilograms, I could handle that. I have space for that. I have a quite big garage and I was thinking running that from my garage, but I'm a homebody, guys. If I don't have to leave my house, I am not gonna. So my only solution for this was either to run it from home or not, because I'm not gonna go and rent a warehouse to bring some yarn to be able to distribute through Australia, not in the long run. Unfortunately, that was too much for me. I am a one person running my business. My husband has his job, which is very demanding on his side, and kids are in school, and I just couldn't commit to rent a warehouse to distribute this yarn. I wish they would allow me to order 1,000 kilograms, that would be fine. I would be able to run that from my house, from my garage, but unfortunately I had to decline that. And one other thing is not just fitting a full container into my garage. I think I would manage to fit everything in the garage, but then still operating and packing orders, that wouldn't be possible. So I decided to place a small order, and I explored two options. There is a Hobby Shoppy and there is Hobinisyarns. They are both shipping to Australia, and they are shipping directly from the manufacturer. It took me a while to explore all the options, but these two options were the best and the safest. I got into... I'm not someone who's gonna place an online order that easily. I'm very nitty and gritty, and I go into the details when I'm exploring the businesses, to the point that I'm checking where the businesses are registered and where the businesses are coming from. So yeah, I dived deep into both of those two businesses just to check them, to make sure they are legit. I worked as a financial advisor and I'm aware of cybersecurity, so please do your research before you do any huge orders placed online, guys. Please just be aware and be safe. So let's just start with Hobby Shoppy. They were the first one I reached out. Their yarn was $4.60 per skein, and I'm talking in Australian dollars, because I was calculating everything. I just needed to know very detailed prices and shippings and everything. I'm very detailed when it comes to those things. $4.60 per skein, depending on the currency exchange on the day you are looking at. It changes daily. But they didn't offer shipping to Australia. So I reached out and inquired a shipping to Australia. It took them a couple of days to put that option on the website, and then they reached back and said, yep, we got a shipping for Australia, you can place your order. And then I went in to place an order, and there were some issues, so we were going back and forth. Technically I was testing for them while they were trying to fix things, and in the end it worked. But I was shocked because I think I had around $700 or $800 in my card, and the shipping for that was around $350 or $400. It was almost 50% of the yarn value was just the shipping on top of the yarn value. And I was like, okay, let's message them back. And I was like, hi guys, I can see that all the other countries have free shipping under certain order amount. Is there a possibility for Australia? What can you offer? US has free shipping over only $100. That's nothing. I even expected, even if it was $500 for Australia, it would still be good, but they didn't offer that to me. Their response was, unfortunately, Australia is very far away and our distributors cannot offer free shipping. And I was like, what the heck, guys? From Turkey to Australia is not any further than from Turkey to US, especially if you are looking into West Coast. And I was like, that's not fair. I mean, it's not that Australia is in the end of the world. I live in Croatia, and I know Croatia is even further than Turkey. And to be honest, guys, I'm receiving packages from Hobby from Denmark, which is further than Turkey, and they are arriving here in 10 days with free shipping over $100. And I was so bummed. I was like, no, that's not fair. If all the countries can have free shipping, why can't you offer to Australia? And they were apologizing and telling me that there's nothing they can do, but they can offer me a 15% coupon code. They do have 10% for the new customers, but they offered me 15. And then I went back and do my math and did everything and did all the calculations, spreadsheets and everything I have to do, because that's me. That code was valid for 2 days, and I was like, okay, now they're pushing me to place an order within 2 days, which I would do anyway, but something didn't feel right. So I went to Hobinisyarns and I was like, okay, let's explore this option and let's compare if there's any difference. Could I get things better or not? So the reason I first excluded Hobinisyarns was because their one skein is $8 compared to Hobby Shoppy, which is 4.6. That's why I didn't start with them at the beginning. Hobinisyarns offers 20% coupon code for the first customers, and they have free shipping for, I think, over 400 US dollars, which at the end was 650 Australian dollars. So I was like, okay, so with them I need to place $650 to get a free shipping, and then on top of that 20% off, and I got my amount per skein, which ended up being $6.37 per skein. And I was happy with that. And then I went back to Hobby Shopping and put the same amount into their cart with their discount to compare, and it wasn't cheaper, because with Hobby Shopping you need to buy more to pay less on the shipping. And I was curious how much I need to spend in Hobby Shopping to get the same dollar value per skein as in Hobinisyarns. So it ended up that I need to order $1,200 of yarn to be able to get the same price per skein as if I were ordering from Hobinisyarns for only $650. Placing an order for $1,200 for me wouldn't be an issue, because that would be investment in my business in the long run, because that yarn would last me at least a year and I would be fine with that. The only problem was customs. So by Australian border force, you are allowed to buy a value of $1,000 or less before you get to pay duty on top of your purchase. So I was like, no, I'm not gonna spend $1,200 on yarn, and then I will have to pay customs duty on top of that. So that's why I went with Hobinisyarns, just to avoid the customs duty. When it comes to GST, unfortunately, since 2018, everyone has to pay GST on top of the order value, and it is paid directly from the shop. It's no longer paid at the customs. So in the end, I decided to go with Hobinisyarns just because I didn't have to order as much, and I would get the same price per skein as if I were ordering for Hobby Shopping. So I went with Hobinisyarns. I placed an order of 102 skeins. In total, that costed me $650 per skein. That ended up being $6.37, which is a good deal. I would say that is a good deal, because even my Hobby Toucan yarn costs me around $7.20. And when you think about the Alize Velluto being very similar to Bernat blanket, and the Bernat blanket in Australia is between $28 and $30. Bernat blanket is 300 grams. These yarns are 100 grams, so times 3, it ended up being $19.11, which is still cheaper than Bernat blanket. I've ordered 44 colors. There are 46 colors in total. One color I missed, and I'll talk about why I missed it, and the other color I didn't buy because it wasn't a nice color. I'm just gonna pop the picture of the color. It's not a nice color and I have nowhere to use it. So why I missed one color is because Hobinisyarns website is not as user-friendly. You have to go to every single color to place it in the cart, and once you go back, the colors refresh and they reshuffle, and you lose the count of what colors have you put in your cart and what not. Hobby Shopping yarn website is very user-friendly, and once you are into Alize Velluto yarn, you get to see all the colors and you get to choose and pick and put them into the cart. That's why Hobini's yarn shop was not user-friendly, and it took me a while to figure out what colors they have, do they have all the colors, how to put them all into the cart without losing my mind, and I ended up being frustrated. And that's why I missed on one color, which is one shade of red, which I'm actually curious. I wanted to see what it looks like. That's why I usually always buy all the colors the brand can offer, because I need to compare, I need to see, and I need to decide which colors I'm gonna go in the future and work with, which colors I just won't even continue buying. So how is it to work with Alize Velluto yarn? This is such a beautiful yarn, guys. This is, compared to the Bernat blanket, this is the same thickness, maybe a smidge thinner, but very soft. I would say softer than Bernat blanket. In 100 grams you get 68 meters or 74 yards. Like I said, it is a smaller skein, so 3 of these skeins will make a Bernat blanket skein. This is like any blanket yarn. yarn. You can easily sew with it. You can easily tug, play, do whatever you want. Kids can play tug of war with these plushies and they won't destroy. So this yarn is very durable. And I prefer it. I'm gonna use this yarn specifically for my mini plushies and my lovies. So anything that kids will use as a rough play, because kids are rough. They do tug of war with plushies, so that's why I want to use this yarn for small plushies and lovies, and I will continue using my toucan yarns for some bigger pieces, which are usually used as a decoration and collectible pieces and things like that, because I do like color palette toucan yarn has, even though these guys do have a lot of colors. I'm gonna show you all the shades I bought, every single skein, so you can see and compare them next to each other. But yeah, I'm really happy. I'm in love with this yarn and I'm so looking forward to work with it. So now I will go and show you every single skein I bought. Well, not every single skein. I bought 102 skeins. Some of the skeins I bought in multiples, so I'm not just gonna show you multiples. I'm just gonna show you 44 colors that I got, plus 2 special skeins that I bought just to test and try. I'm just gonna show you what I do with my spreadsheets and how I take inventory of my yarn. So this is just an example. I have all the codes that the yarn comes in. These are the numbers that are usually on the yarn skein. I've input all the colors. I have the names. The names varies from shop to shop. The name varies, and I have skeins that are available and the skeins I have purchased. I also have patterns that I will use these skeins, and I do have, if I need to place an order or if I do use up all the skeins, I will put number for my next order. I think for my next order I'm gonna order in 5s, because I've noticed everything I ordered in 5 was packed in the plastic bag. Everything else came loose. So, but still, the shipment was nice, clean. There was no issue. There was no leakage. Nothing happened to my shipment. Just the skeins were packed loose in the box, but still it was packed really nice, and I'm happy with the shipment. So these are all the colors that I have ordered. I'm gonna go through all of them and show you each. I did organize them into the shades. So these are all the neutrals, going into browns, some oranges, and then going into greens. These are grays, going into purple, lilacs, pinks. These are more like aqua turquoise greens, then some reds. This is the only red I didn't order, and this red, it's very similar to this. It's called sunset red, or on the other shop it's called orange. So I already put 2 just because I want to buy and compare to the red I already have, just to compare. Some of the skeins I bought only 1 because I just want to see them in person and then decide if I want to purchase in the future. For example, this green, this water green, I only bought 1 because this is so pale that I don't even know where I would use this one, and I don't think I will be buying this one. So these are, oh, and this is the only one I didn't buy. This, it is like teal green. I have no use for this color. I know I could make maybe turtles or something out of this, but I'm not a fan. One in navy. This navy is very dark. I'm gonna show you. I'm not sure if I'm gonna buy this one. And one plum purple, and these are the special ones. I'm gonna show you more. It's like softy. They're supposed to look like a teddy bear, but I'm not a fan of those. I won't be buying those. I just wanted to show you how I organize my yarns, how I keep track of my inventory, and now we are going into the yarn. I'm gonna show you every single color I bought. Okay, let's start with more like a grayish, bluish tones. Yeah, it's really hard to decide if these are gray or blue, but oh well. This is number 416. It is their like pale blue grayish color. This color on the website is called gray. This one is 428, and on the website this color is called medium gray. I'm gonna show all of them together so you can see the comparison. This one is 87, and on the website it's called dark gray. And this one has nothing to do with gray, but it just fit my color palette, that's why I put it together. It's 374, and on the website this one is called denim. Let me just show you all 4 of them next to each other so you can compare the shades. So these are all like a gray tones, or denim. The last one is denim, but I decided to put it together. Next segment we have like aqua, turquoise and things like that. So this one is number 19. On the website it's called mint green. I like this color. This one is 414 and online it is called turquoise or azure. This one is number 16 and online it is called ocean. This one is very saturated, really nice color. This one is 490 and online it's called cyan. I hope I'm pronouncing that correct. Cyan, C-Y-A-N, cyan, is that correct? Correct me if I'm wrong. But also a very beautiful color. Let me show you all of them together. Oh, it's hard to hold them. So these are all colors together. Really nice selection of colors. And then we have a selection of blues, or I would say this one is green, but I put it in the same selection. This one is called water green number 15. This is the only color that I'm not sure of because the other one I showed you looks so much better and it's more saturated. This one is very pale and barely visible, so I'm not sure if I will continue buying this one. This one is 218 and online it's called baby blue. It is really nice shade of baby blue color. This one is 141 and online it is called blue. It's really nice saturated blue, more like a royal blue. This one is number 360 and online it is called navy. And here are all three together. Exception this is not a blue, it's a green, but I'm just showing you in this lot because I have plenty of lots to show you. Okay, so my next lot is more like into yellow, orange and reds. This one is number 13 and online it is called light yellow. It is a very pale pastel yellow. This one is 216 and online it is called dark yellow. This one is number 56 and online it is called red. I'm honestly curious to see the other shade of red orange, what it would look like compared to this. This is a nice red. I feel like on camera it's showing more saturated than it is in real life. But yeah, it is nice red color. This one is number 107 and online it is called cherry red. This one is number 111 and online it is called plum purple. It is very vibrant and really nice color. Okay, so this is 5 skeins. I hope I can fit them all in my hands. So here are all these 5 together. Really nice color selection. Next we have selection of pinks and purples. This one is 146 and online it is called lilac. This one is 378 and online it is called orchid. This one is 43 and online it is called lavender. This one is 44 and online it is called purple. It is a darker, deeper shade of purple. And here they are all together. Nice selection of purples. Next we have number 31 and online it is called baby pink. This one is 340 and online it is called powder pink. This one is really nice color compared to the baby pink. This one is a warm tone, this one is cool tone. Number 121 online called pink. This is like a very hot pink, I would call. Number 798 online called fuchsia. And last one, number 98 online called rose pink. It's really hard to hold all of them. I hope you can see all the shades. So these are all the pinks. Okay, so now we are going into greens. We have 464, online it is called mint. This is also very pale color, which I'm not sure if I'm gonna use. Let me just show you the other one. I was also saying that I don't like how pale it is. So this is mint and this is water green. They look even more saturated on camera than they are in real life. They're very pale and for me unnecessary. These are two colors that I'm not sure if I will continue purchasing. This is 103 number. Online on one shop it is called green, on the other shop it's called asparagus. It is really nice shade of green. I like this one. This one is number 11 and online it's called pistachio green. This is the green I already had. I bought it when I was in Croatia. I fell in love with this color just the moment I saw it because it's special. I haven't seen any color looking like this, so vibrant, and it's really nice. It's so beautiful. I already used it. I made my frogs with it and it's really nice compared to this one. They're both very beautiful, but I prefer this one. It's really special. And this is the last green one, number 532, online called pine green. This is more like a darker tone green. It's really nice too. And here they are all together, just so you can compare the colors next to each other. A really nice selection of greens. Now we are going into oranges and mustard and browns. I love mustard color a lot. I use mustard color for chicken nuggets or dragons. This is number 2 and online it is called mustard yellow. Very, very nice. I can show you compared to my toucan because toucan is what I use the most. This is the comparison. A bit darker and more saturated, I would say. Actually, toucan is not showing the real color on camera. Let me see if I can get the real... No, it's not showing the proper color for the toucan yarn. It's showing more darker than it's in real life. In real life, it's more mustardy yellow. This one is 550, online called orange. It is a proper orange color. And this one is number 6, online also called orange. But for me, this is more like a burned orange or rust orange. In comparison, it's a lot more darker and rusty looking than this. This is proper orange. And last in this color palette, we have 493, online called coffee or brown. This is a true dark brown. It's really nice. Teddy bear brown, I would say. And here they are all together. Really nice. And finally we have 2 more lots which include browns and beiges and nudes, and it's impressive. It's really impressive the amount of browns and nudes they have. So let's start with the lighter ones. Number 62, this is a light cream. It is really nice and soft, warm color. This is 599, online called stone or ivory. I would say it is more stone than ivory because this is cool tone. 310, online called honey. I don't think there's any honey in this color. It is more like warm beigey tone. I don't know, but it's a beautiful color. It's more like a pinkish beige skin tone. This one is 866, online it's called coffee milk. This one is more powder pink to me than coffee milk. There was a powder pink I showed you. It was slightly lighter than this one, but for me this is a powder pink. And all 4 of them together, a really nice selection of light, soft, nude colors, and yeah, very beautiful. You have from warm tone to cool tone, so yeah, all the selections. And the last but not least, all their browns and darker nudes. This is 530, online called beige. It's really nice cool tone beige. 329, online called tobacco or brown. Just a tad bit darker than this one. 429, online called camel hair. It is a lighter shade of brown or beige or whatever you want to call it. It's really nice color. I like this one a lot. And the last but not least, 199, online called camel. This is just a darker shade of beige or brown compared to this one. So these 2 are warm tone. I like both. I like all of them. I just like to have the selection and the option, and I will use all of these. Really nice selection of the browns. I love them. Last but not least, we have white. White is numbered as 55. It is really beautiful white. And we also have black numbered as 60. And now I just want to quickly mention two special yarns that I bought just to test them, just to try them, to see the difference. Let's talk about the smaller one. It is called Baby Alize Softy. Color is 55, is just the white one. This is very, very thin. This is supposed to be like a teddy bear. It should give you a teddy bear texture, but this is so thin. It calls for 2 to 4 millimeter hook, which I'm not sure what I'm gonna make out of this. Whatever I make is gonna be tiny. Same with this one. This one is supposed to be the bigger, the Softy Plus. It calls for 3 to 5 millimeter hook. This is like a variegated color. I was thinking they have the same meterage. I was thinking holding them together and maybe making loaf unicorn. I won't be purchasing these because if they were bigger and thicker, yes, they would fit nicely. Or like some belly patch on the plushie or whatever for some details. But since they are so thin, I don't see myself purchasing them. But I think I'm gonna hold this together and make whatever I can make out of this meterage. So that is it. Normally I use 6 millimeter hook with this yarn. I will see if my tension changes over time. I might downsize to 5.5. I normally have very tight tension. That's why I usually size up with the hook. And the moment I'm using 6 and it's working good. Overall, I really like this yarn. I see myself using it in the long run and replacing all my Bernat blanket with it, just comparing the price, and I really enjoy this yarn and I have no regrets of placing this big order. Guys, the reason I didn't unpack this order here, that was a huge box. I couldn't even fit it in my office, and usually when I place any order I need to go through invoice and make sure that everything is shipped as it should. So it took me a while to get through all 102 skeins to sort them into the color palette I would like to show you. And yeah, I just didn't want to pull it out of the dirty box, and yeah, I just wanted to show it in a clean environment and talk about the yarn and show all the shades and colors. And I hope you like this, guys. In case you want to see any color next to the different color, just if you want to compare the shades, please let me know down in the comments. I can show you. I can post some pictures on my Instagram or whatever. I can even message you if you need to compare just a couple of shades that I didn't compare next to each other. I'm so looking forward to work with this yarn. I've been making so many big plushies, and since I'm gonna use this for my mini plushies, I need to start making mini plushies because I'm still out of them. And yeah, I'm so looking forward to use this and organize it. I think in my next vlog I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna organize this yarn and my storage solution. You saw everything already in my spreadsheets, how I track my inventory. As soon as I use up the skein and this is going to the bin, I will go to my spreadsheets and take off a skein. That's how I manage my inventory, not just for yarn, for most of the things. The only thing I'm not tracking inventory is my fabrics, because there is too much fabrics and they don't have name and I can't be bothered to giving them names. So yeah, I hope you will follow me on my weekly vlog makes. I will show you everything I make with this yarn, and thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know. I hope I gave enough information for my fellow Aussie followers. If you ever want to decide to try this yarn, try it. It's really worth and you won't regret. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, happy crafting.